Greetings to you, the lucky viewers of Puffin Virtually Live Roald Dahl Day Special. Now, I'm Helen Skelton, and today, as you can see, we are live at the Theatre Royal, Drury Lane in London to celebrate 50 whipple-scrumptious years of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl. Now, a big hello from me, and also from my friends here today. We have got pupils from Corpus Christi School, Hugh Middleton School, and Kilmorey Primary School. They are all making up our audience today. Now, since it was first published in 1964, the story of little Charlie Bucket, his golden ticket, and the eccentric inventor Willy Wonka has been adapted into not one, but two brilliant films. I bet you've seen both of them. It is one of the most popular books ever written by Roald Dahl. Let's take a little look at some of the best bits and see Charlie Bucket in action.
It must be believed to be seen. Blue TV, Beauregard, Salt, Bucket. Do come in.
Oh, that looks absolutely brilliant. I bet you're all sitting there thinking, oh, I'd like to be this one, I'd like to be that one. But the big question, is anybody else craving chocolate, or is it just me? Right, we're coming to you live from the home of the fantastic musical Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. We've got some real treats in store for you today. Make sure, though, you've got your pens and paper ready because we're going to do a live draw-along. Yeah, I can see them. If you haven't got them, get them ready because we're going to do a draw-along with Sir Quentin Blake a little bit later on. And, of course, you will have the chance to have your questions answered by our Roald Dahl expert and all-round legend, Mr. Michael Rosen. So let us know wherever you're watching, send in your questions, send us messages, and you can do that via puffinvirtuallylive.co.uk. Right, though, let us get on with the show. As we have just seen...
Excuse me. I have to interrupt to ask what you are doing here, young lady, and to whom you are talking. Oh, Cherry. It seems like we have an audience.
Yes, Jerry, we've walked straight into a live event.
Yes, you have walked straight into a live event. I'm Helen Skelton. This is Puffin Virtually Live Roald Dahl Day. You're actually interrupting our show. We've got viewers from all over the world. Yeah. We're broadcasting to Malaysia, the Netherlands, New Zealand, the Philippines. These guys are here with us. And, well, do you know what? Seeing as you're here, do you want to make yourselves useful and stay with us to celebrate 50 years of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Yes, please. I thought you might say that. We've got 5 golden moments to celebrate this whipple-scrumptious story, and you're going to stay with us, yeah?
That's right, Helen. Now, we all know Roald Dahl is the world's #1 storyteller, but I bet you can't imagine his book without the amazing illustrations of Sir Quentin Blake. For the first of our 5 golden moments, we are delighted to bring you the man himself drawing virtually live. Make sure you have your pens and paper at the ready so you can have a go too.
Hello, Puffin Virtually Live viewers all over the world. Welcome, I'm Quentin Blake. I've illustrated all Roald Dahl's books except one, and today I'm going to talk to you about it and show you some of the drawings that I've done and do some more drawing as well. It's got its own portfolio, and it's rather strange actually, because I wasn't the first person to illustrate Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It first came out 50 years ago, And it was 25 years later when I came to do my set of illustrations for it. This is one of the first drawings of Charlie. He got to look a little bit different later, but as you draw people, you feel you come to know them, and so that they're your own version of them. There we are. These are my first drawings. There's his mother, and there are the grandparents in bed. And so I do lots and lots of drawings beforehand, trying to decide what the people look like, what the drawings are going to be. Now I'm going to see if I can remember how to draw Willy Wonka. I've drawn him hundreds of times, I think, but I haven't drawn him recently. So we'll see what it looks like. Now I always start quite near the top with the face, very often with the nose, I think. There's a nose for a start, and then he's got a little smile, and he's got a little beard like that. Now then, what's nice about drawing a ring for the eye is that you can show him looking in one direction or the other. So he can be looking forward, or he can be looking up, or he can be looking back. And then we know he's got a top hat. Quite a tall top hat, I think. With a band round it. Now I give him a collar that sticks up like that, and hair that sticks out at the back, that rather messy sort of way. It doesn't say in the book what kind of a tie he wears, but I remember thinking it would be very nice if he wore a bow tie, and I made it rather a big one. Like that. And the way I do it is I give it spots. But you might like to do that in colour later on if you want to do it. So there we've got, so we know where he is now, we can see him. And he's looking round. We hope he looks fairly alive. And then it comes on to his costume. And we know that he wears a swallowtail coat, but I think he must have a waistcoat as well. And this swallowtail coat, now I'm going to give him an arm out here. And he's got, it does tell us in the book, he's got pale grey gloves, plum-coloured velvet coat. And the thing about that is that it's a swallowtail coat, which means he's got these long coat tails. And that's very nice, I think, because you can make them flap about. And as he's somebody who's always jumping about and moving about, that is rather nice. So you could sort of, it suggests that he's moving. And then we'll do the legs. There's one. And I think he's on the move again. So there he is, and he has, I seem to remember he has shoes with spats like that cover them a bit, like that. So we've got him moving along, and then of course he has, if his other arm comes out, might be there, maybe a bit shorter than the other one, never mind. We'll draw the other glove. And he's got this walking cane, I think it's called, with a gold top. So if you want to come on later to doing the drawings, to colouring in the drawings, then you've got gold there and there. This is plum coloured. These trousers are bottle green. And the tie is whatever you like to make it.
I'm so happy that I'm not the only person who draws with my tongue sticking out. I can see loads of you doing that. Right, hold up your pictures. Let's see how you're getting on. Hold them up, nice and steady. Oh, yeah, some brilliant efforts there. Good work. Right, if you were watching that and you went a little bit wrong, don't worry, because you can always watch it again on demand, so you can have another go. But right now, it is time to properly introduce our next special guest. And as I said properly, I'm going to let the professionals do it. Jerry, please do the honours.
Wow, those are spectacular looking pictures, Cherry. But we must press on, as it's time to introduce our next special guest for the second golden moment. Please welcome an expert in all things Roald Dahl, the writer, broadcaster, and former children's laureate, Michael Rosen.
Hi! It's so nice to see you. Right, have a seat.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Michael, now you, of course, wrote this fantastic Mr. Dahl.
Yep.
We're all here because we're all Roald Dahl fans, and he's got fans all over the world. Tell us a little bit about him, because you actually met him.
I did. I met him a long time ago in a TV studio. I was with my little boy, Joe, and Roald Dahl didn't talk to me at all. He just sat there on the other side of the room, and then he looked over at my son, Joe, and he said, "Come here, boy." And then Joe went over to him, and he said, "What's that growing on your father's face?" And Joey said, "A beard?" He said, "Exactly. It's disgusting. It's probably got this morning's breakfast in it, and last night's dinner, and maybe some old bicycle wheel or something." And that's how he spoke. That's what he said. And you can guess what book he was writing, or he'd just written, was...
Shout it out, do you know?
The Twits, exactly. That's right. He was really thinking about how disgusting our beards are.
And have you got any of this morning's breakfast in there now?
Baked bean there, yeah. Oh, it's a mushroom. I could just feel it there. Lovely.
Tell me what you learned about Roald Dahl's writing process, because you did a lot of research into it, didn't you?
Yeah, well, first of all, he had a notebook, and this is something you can all do, is if you just collect your ideas in a notebook. And that's what he did. Whenever he had a funny idea or a strange idea, he wrote it down in a notebook. And then he went off to his little hut in the garden, and there he had special paper, his favourite paper that came from New York, yellow with lines on it, and he always wrote with pencils that he sent off for, HB pencils that I think were called Dixon Ticonderoga or something like that, or Ticonderoga. I think they came from America as well. And then he wrote very neatly in lines like that, but you can, if you go to the Roald Dahl Museum, you can see this and see how quite often he scribbled things out. Never be afraid to scribble things out. Roald Dahl was a great scribbler-outer.
So it sounds like he had a real process. Talk to me about chocolate, though, because we're here to celebrate 50 years of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Did he have a sweet tooth?
He did have a sweet tooth. Now, when he was away at boarding school, his boarding school was near a chocolate factory, Cadbury's Chocolate, and they wanted to try out the latest kinds of sweets and chocolates. So they used to turn up at Roald Dahl's school, hand out the new chocolates and say, "What do you think of them, boys?" And they'd sit there eating the chocolates, testing them, you see. So that was what started it all off. But then in later life, if ever you went round to Roald Dahl's house, I didn't, as it happens, he used to have a red box, and then if you had something to eat, and at the end of the meal, he'd get out the red box and start chucking chocolates at the guests. "What do you want? What do you want? Here, let's have some chocolates." And he also had some more in a drawer. So he loved chocolates, and he loved sharing them with people.
Well, hands up if you wish you went to that boarding school. I know I do. Right, Jerry, I believe you've got somebody with you who wants to ask a question.
Yes, I do. I have Kai. Kai's 8. And what's your question, Kai?
What was the first book Roald Dahl wrote?
The first book that Roald Dahl wrote, I'm pretty sure it was called The Gremlins, and it came out in 1943, and it's a children's story, and it's about imaginary beasts that used to live on the RAF planes during the war, that the guys who flew the planes used to imagine caused problems on the plane. So a gremlin in those days meant something that kind of caused problems, and he produced this book, and Walt Disney said he wanted to make a film out of it. In the end, he didn't, but that was where Roald Dahl started. 1943, The Gremlins.
We've got loads of questions coming in from all over the world, questions from Australia, but I'm going to go to this one from Germany, from, I think you say, Finja Schofal. That's what the school's called. They want to know, what is your favourite Roald Dahl made-up word?
Oh, well, there is a word, isn't there, that happens in the BFG. Now, I daren't repeat it because it's much too rude. I'll leave it to maybe the children to do it. It's too rude for me to say, and it is, after all, a children's show. But there's something or other that the BFG does. I think he even does it in front of the Queen. But anyway, that is certainly my favourite Roald Dahl word. Is there somebody here who can say that word?
The teachers are laughing nervously. Shout it out if you think they know the word.
Whiz poppers. Oh, I've said it! Yes, whiz popping. Absolutely. Lovely whiz popping. Yes, indeed.
Sherry, I believe you've got someone with you who wants to ask a question.
I certainly do, Helen. I've got Michaela here. What's your question?
Was Roald Dahl a mischievous man, as a lot of his characters seemed to cause trouble?
Oh, yes. He loved practical jokes. And one practical joke he made, and you'll know the book that is related to it, was that at night he used to put a ladder up outside his children's bedroom, climb up the ladder while they were in bed and asleep, poke his head in through the window and go, ooh, like that. And I think we can guess what book he was writing then. That gave him the idea for...
Shout!
The BFG, that's right. It was his idea for the BFG that, you remember the BFG comes and collects dreams, doesn't he, through the bedroom window. Well, that's where he got the idea from, playing tricks himself. Absolutely.
Sounds fun to be around, but I think I'll be a bit creeped out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, another question. Did Roald Dahl base his characters on people he knew? That's from Miss Brown in Sir Alexander Fleming Primary School. Hello.
Yes, sometimes he did. For example, there was someone in the village where Roald Dahl lived, which is called Great Missenden, and he sold cars. And Roald Dahl got very interested in this chap because he used to get up to all sorts of tricks, this man, selling cars. And really, he turned out to be the dad in Matilda. Yes, that's right. So, yes, he did sometimes base it on people he knew. Yeah.
Great questions. Of course, if you want to get involved, you can do so. puffinvirtuallylive.co.uk. Send us messages and let us know where you are watching, wherever you are in the world. Right, now, though, we have got a question for you. Who here likes sweets? Everybody's hand has gone up. Right, in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, there are loads of amazing inventions like the chewing gum meal. Do you remember that one? 3-course dinner in a tiny little strip of gum. You remember that one? Square sweets that look round, fizzy lifting drinks, chocolate rivers that people actually end up in. And what about the lickable wallpaper? Remember that? Hot ice cream for cold days. I wish that existed. Now, the list goes on and on, but I am thrilled to say that we have now got your third golden moment. Earlier this year, Penguin Random House challenged their chefs to create puddings inspired by Willy Wonka. Now, Justin Galatly, author of Bread, Cake, Donut, Pudding, invented an amazing new recipe. You're going to enjoy this one. It is the Purple Violet Blueberry Cream Donut of Joy. And here he is to tell us all about it. While you're watching this video, no doubt drooling from the sight of all that delicious sugar, see how many Oompa Loompas you can count because they pop up during this film. Enjoy.
Hello Puffin Virtually Live viewers. I hope you're enjoying your Roald Dahl Day extravaganza. I've been channeling my inner Willy Wonka to make these violet donuts. Okay, first of all, we're going to roll out some donut dough. We're going to roll it into 50-gram pieces, ready to be rolled out for the donuts. A little bit of flour in your hands. And there she comes. Look at that colour. It might look a little bit blue, but as you can see, that it changes after it's cooked and proved. A little bit of flour on your hands. Now, for a lot of you, you'll probably just want to do one. So just nice, simple roll in the palm of your hand, and you get a lovely ball. Now you can see the donuts are doubled in size and they're ready for the fryer. Now the thing is, I don't have any ordinary fryer. This is a special Willy Wonka donut fryer. We basically put them on here and we lower the whole tray into the fryer. And in they go. Okay, so we've just fried the donuts. They've just popped out the fryer on a little bit of greaseproof paper. And then what we're going to do is toss them in, yes, purple sugar. So just pop them straight in and then give them a really good coating. Don't be scared, get right in there, cover the whole donut, okay? And the next stage is we're going to pipe them with blueberries of joy. What we have to do first is we have to make a little hole in the donut ready for the filling. So just in with a knife, mind your fingers, and then just pop your finger in there. Now, we make a lot of donuts here, so we need a big bowl with lots of filling. Now you might say, that doesn't look like blueberries. But it's blueberry extract, okay? Only taken from the juiciest blueberries there is in England, okay? And then just squeeze in, and you can see the donut expanding. Now the key is to put as much filling in as possible, but without breaking the donut. Oh yeah, look at those. All what's left now is to cover them in blueberries of joy. This is my bakery, so I can make as much mess as I like. You might want to use a plate at home. Okay, blueberries on. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So, virtually live viewers, if you want to make one of my donuts, you can follow the recipe on puffin.co.uk and give it a go. Now, happy baking. Now, stuff your face. Boom!
Big round of applause for Justin, who is in our audience. Thank you very much, Justin.
He's still got some blueberries stuck around his face there.
Have you got blueberries in your beard, Justin? I tell you what, I want to hang out in that kitchen. You can make as much mess as you like. Right, hands up who spotted some Oompa Loompas. Shout out how many you spotted. 9, 10. Anybody spot 15? You spotted 15? Oh, I think someone's fibbing. There were only 12. Well done, though. Excellent. Good, sharp eyes there. Right. Now, one of the best things about Roald Dahl's books is that they are jam-packed full of mischief, invention, and fun. We've talked a bit about how Roald Dahl liked to have a bit of a giggle. Hands up if anybody here likes to play tricks. I thought a few of you might say so. Jerry, yes, you look excited. Who have you got with you down there?
I'm down here with Alex. Alex, what's your question?
What pets did Roald Dahl have?
What pets? He had a dog. He had a dog that he loved dearly, dearly, dearly called Chopper. In fact, he loved the dog so much that when he was in hospital and not very well, he arranged a special trick by bringing Chopper up in a basket so that he could see his dog while he was in hospital, because dogs are not allowed in hospitals. But Roald Dahl, back to the tricks thing, he arranged for Chopper to come and see him in his ward in hospital. I think he got into trouble for that, but I don't think he minded.
Right, and also somebody has asked, what was Roald Dahl's favourite sport? Can you guess what it is? Shout.
Snooker. He loved snooker. He loved snooker so much, he got himself a huge snooker table and put it in his house. And I think it's still there, to tell you the truth. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've been told it's there. So snooker, that was his favourite sport.
Cherry, I believe you've got someone with you who wants to ask a question.
I do. I have Michaela here. What's your question?
What was Roald Dahl's favourite book?
Favourite book? Well, he used to say that he didn't want to choose because it's a bit like when, if you're a mum or a dad, you don't want to say which one is your favourite child. The other ones will complain. So he said, well, I don't want to choose a book because if I chose whichever book it is, all the other ones, they'll complain. That's what he said. So nobody knows what was his favourite book.
I wonder if that works for teachers. Do the teachers have a favourite pupil? No, absolutely not. Thank you very much, Michael. Right, now though, we hope you're enjoying the show because it is time to introduce our fourth golden moment. Now, you probably already know this because I bet you've done it before. Friday the 26th of September is Dahlicious Dress-Up Day, which means you can go to school dressed as your favourite Roald Dahl character to help raise money for Roald Dahl's marvellous children's charity. Who's done it before? Anybody? I bet loads of you have. It's not that easy, though, to choose who you're going to go as. But here is Marvellous's ambassador, Claudia Winkleman, with a Willy Wonka-inspired idea.
You're not going to believe this, but they've asked me to make a costume, or just to show you how easy it is. By the way, what you should know is I'm really bad at this stuff. I have my own children, and even they go, Mum, don't worry, we'll do it ourselves. But I'm going to show you how to make a fantastic Willy Wonka hat. Okay, so here's how it goes. You get a cereal box, everyone loves cereal, open the whole thing out. Then you just cut out these sections. Are you with me? That section and that section. And then you've got these two sections. What you have to do is you have to sellotape them both together. Now, you turn it like that. Do you see? This is so clever. And if you want to, you can measure it to your head. Divine. But we're not done yet. But you see what I mean? You do that, then you sellotape that. Almost a hat, but not for, I'm not sure whether Willy Wonka would be proud of that. Here is where it gets complicated. When I say complicated, it's not complicated. We have this, which is another cereal bowl. I hope you and your family eat a lot of cereal. Then we have this. I hope you've got a bowl and plate. If not, sort of guess. But you know what I mean. You then have to do this in here. Stay with me. And then you cut those out. And then, boom. Do you see how that works? This is then the top of the hat, which you can sellotape on. And then this, look, is the base of the hat. Ta-da! You have to sellotape them. Then, paint it black. Ooh! Or cover it in black card. Are you pleased with me? Got a hat. Got a hat. Doesn't totally fit, but I'm 42. I'm not. I think it's supposed to fit.
I'm very impressed with that, and in true Blue Peter style, we have got a hat here, and our audience members are wearing some that they made earlier. Well done, Justin, you look divine. You can't move in case it falls off. Right, now if you do make a costume, make sure that you enter the Marvellous Costume Maker competition by uploading a video online, and you could win yourself tickets to see this musical, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's absolutely brilliant. It happens right here on this stage. Do you want to model this for us, Michael, while we're there?
Thank you very much.
All the details that you need to enter that competition are on the Roald Dahl website. Now, Cherry, I believe you've got another member of our audience with a question about Roald Dahl for Michael.
I certainly do, Helen. I have Rocco, who's 9. What's your question, Rocco?
What did Roald Dahl do apart from writing?
He loved art and he loved music, so he used to collect paintings and he listened to music. That was one of the things he loved doing. He wasn't always very happy at school, particularly at secondary school, and one of his places that he went in his mind was to play music and listen to it for hours on end, and then he enjoyed collecting paintings as he was older. So I guess those are two of the things that he loved doing, music and paintings.
And we've got any more questions out there?
Breaking news, viewers. It seems it's time for our 5th golden moment. The time to teach the world to sing. The time to unleash a chocolate chorus upon the world.
Yes, Jerry, it's time for everybody who's watching. They can all join in. It's time for the global sing-along of pure imagination. Please welcome Charlie Bucket and Willy Wonka.
Hello, children and Oompa Loompas. I am Charlie Bucket, and this is Mr. Willy Wonka. Now, we're all going to sing a song, aren't we? I think you've all got the words, and you're going to sing out in this theatre and out in school world with all your snogtastic hearts and souls, a very famous song, and if you don't sing it loudly, I might turn you into blueberries. And you know the song is Pure Imagination. Are you ready? Come with me and you'll be in a world of of pure imagination. Take a look and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What you'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world, there's nothing to it. There is no life I know to compare with pure imagination. Living here, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. Have you ever sung with so many Oompa Loompas before, Charlie?
These aren't Oompa Loompas, these are children.
Use your imagination, Charlie. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world, there's nothing to it. Louder! There is no life I know to compare with pure imagination. Living here, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. Fantastic! Hey!
That was amazing. Thank you very much. That brings us to the end of our show. We hope you've had a good time. I want to say a massive thank you to our guests, Sir Quentin Blake, Michael Rosen, Claudia Winkleman, Justin Gillatley, Cherry and Jerry, Willy Wonka and Charlie Bucket. Now, if you sent in an invention, please look out for yours in the credits. You can watch the show again on demand, and you can sign up for our next show in November, which is Danger is Everywhere by David O'Doherty and Chris Judge. So here is to another 50 years of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. We hope you've had fun. You guys had fun? Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.